And now it has started. Maybe. Okay. Recording is on, right? Right. It's on. Okay, perfect. So once again, welcome everyone. In this session, we will talk about several topics. And the first topic will be a quiz, because lots of you guys have requested me to create a quiz for you, because you said that you all are liking all of the Instagram quizzes. So yeah, we just created a quiz with questions, and you will have to answer the questions. And for every question, the first person who answers right will gain a point, and who has the most points at the end of the quiz will win something. We'll figure it out what he will win, but he will be a winner, and he will have a prize. She, sorry. So yeah, this quiz is for a prize. If you can collect the most points, you'll get a prize. And after the quiz, I will just break down the actual price action about last week, and I will create a new analysis around the new week. So I will tell you the new week's expectations, expectational order flow, higher time frame analysis, lower time frame analysis, and what can we expect from the week. Because when I created the pre-week analysis video, lots of you guys have texted me that, hey, Flip, create more of these videos, please, because these videos are golden, these videos are awesome. And yeah, I'm creating a quiz and the pre-week analysis session / video, because lots of you guys have recommended this. So if you are ready, we will just start the session with the quiz. But as I can see, lots of you guys are still in the waiting room. But as I said,
I'm waiting for the name confirmations.
Okay, I don't care. We are already 5 minutes late. So as I said, if you miss out, you'll be missed out. That's it. So first question will be, let me just draw a real quick box. First of all, there will be a box, no? And this will be a yes or no question. This is the yes, this is the no. Whoever puts the first X in the right box, so you can just draw on my screen, whoever puts the right X in the box, as soon as the question starts. So if you put an X before the session starts, you'll be kicked from the session, and you'll be eliminated from the game. So please just take it seriously and don't troll, just play, guys. So are you ready for the first question? Yes. Okay, remove it. And sorry, only the X's are valid. So if you circle the yes, if you put the point in the box, that isn't valid. You have to put an X. And John will spot it, who was the first person, and I will see too how to draw. How can I actually draw? John?
Sorry, yeah.
How can he draw? How to draw on screen?
View options on the top of the screen and click on annotate.
Okay, so the first question will pop up in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, Nikita. I guess Nikita was the first.
That was Nikita?
I guess, yes.
Okay. So 1 point goes to Nikita. Please just note it somewhere, John.
Okay, okay.
And actually, I will tell you why isn't it available liquidity for the supply zone. For an extra point, whoever raises their hand and can answer the question, which I will ask now, why isn't it a valid liquidity for supply? Future millionaire raised his hand. So why isn't it a valid liquidity?
This create liquidity.
Sorry?
It also create liquidity.
Just write it down because I can't hear you. That's not the correct answer. There's liquidity on the downside too. That's yes, but I'm asking that why isn't the topside liquidity the correct liquidity? So why isn't this liquidity for the supply zone? Who's the second raise? That was Shani.
So actually the tops are mitigating each other.
Exactly, that's the right answer. So a point goes to Shani. Please, John,
Okay,
just know it.
okay, okay.
I will clear
Got
all
it.
of it. And yeah, the second question is coming. This will be a yes or no too. So it's coming in 3, 2, 1. Sorry, no. Okay, not here, here. That was Gregory.
Gregory, yes.
Gregory. So 1 point goes to Gregory. And for an extra point, once again, whoever raises his hands first, why isn't the valid liquidity for a supply zone? Or no hand raising. Whoever texts GOAT into chat. Shoni?
Because there are no gaps between the wicks or between the candles.
Exactly. Time has to pass by between the candles, and this can be liquidity. For equal candles can be liquidity. Candles could be only form liquidity if time passes by the candles and price action actually prints more candles between the liquidity touches. So this isn't liquidity for the supply zone. So second extra point goes for Shani.
Okay, noted.
Noted. Okay, third question. And this will be not a yes or no question. This is a zone 1/zone 2. So this will be the zone 1. This will be the zone 2. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Wolf,
But that was the...
that was the wrong.
Who was the first in the second? Joan, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh my God.
Who was the first? Joan, you had
Who was
only
the-
one jab. You had only one jab.
Yeah. I can't see that. I just watched the very first answer, but not the
Guys,
right.
honestly, just be honest. Who was the first?
Oh my God.
What do you think? Who was the first? Just be honest, please.
What was the answer?
Whoever put the red X, that was Nikita. The red X is Nikita.
But she didn't draw it.
Huh? Who did put this red X?
But the X is not a drawing. It's just like a copy and paste.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just one
true.
click. There's just one click, so it's easy. Anybody can do that. So
That's right. That's right.
see the same thing with the green mark over here.
So okay, I will ask this question again later. So you won't know when do I ask this question. It will be a question once again later. Okay. So the third question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Joe.
Oscar,
Yeah.
Gregory?
It was Gregory.
Yes, as I said.
Okay. So a point goes to Gregory. That's his second point, right?
Second point, yes.
Okay. Bonus question. The bonus question for a point, for an extra point. And you will have to type a word into the chat to apply for this question. The first question is, why can't you put a limit order on the first zone? Whoever types Joan into chat first can answer this question. Okay, Wolf, why can't you put a limit order on the first zone? I mean, so sorry. Wrong question. So once again, Wolf will answer this. But why has a first zone has higher probability to reverse the price than the second zone? Wolf, you can answer the question. You can put limit order because limit. Exactly, that's the right answer. That's the right answer. So an extra point goes to Wolf.
Extra point to Wolf. Okay.
Okay. So the fastest hand in the world. Exactly. So here comes the remove the drawings, please. Here comes the next question. 3, 2, 1. Oh, no. 3, 2, 1.
Nikita?
Nikita.
Nikita, yes.
It was Nikita.
Nikita,
Right. Point goes to Nikita.
for sure.
And whoever types the next word into the chat will be able to answer the question. So the question is, why has the second zone higher probability of reverse price than the first zone? And whoever types first the word paper into chat. Okay, that was Shani. Jesus Christ, guys. Shani, that was fucking fast.
Yeah, I am. So actually, the zone 1 could be liquidity for the zone 2. It could be part of the liquidity.
Exactly. Perfect. So point goes to Shani.
Okay, noted.
Sorry, what's the correct answer, please?
That zone 2 could be liquidity for the, zone 1 could be liquidity for the zone 2, because as you can see, zone 1 is part of the liquidity because it's part of the double taps. So zone 1 is the second tap of the liquidity line right here. So zone 1 will be liquidity for the second zone.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, next question. Okay, this will be an ABCD question. So there will be, okay, no. Now you have to circle the right answer, A, B, C, D.
Damn.
And question is coming.
Oh my days.
Question is coming in 3, 2, 1. Quiet, please.
Nikita,
Nikita. Yeah, that was Nikita. The yellow was Nikita, right? Yeah,
yes.
that was Nikita. But it was pretty close between Shani and Nikita. But Nikita won. So point goes to Nikita.
Yes.
There won't be an extra question. Another ABCD question. So please just remove your drawings. Okay.
Done.
Okay, coming in 3, 2, 1. Wolf.
Wolf, yes.
Yeah, that was Wolf. Point goes to Wolf. Perfection. And 3 last questions for my questions. Then John's question will be coming. 3 last questions. These will be just bonus questions for extra points, so you can collect easier points right here. So bonus question number 1, coming in 3, 2, 1. Koshi.
Kosi, yeah.
Yeah. Kosi.
Yeah.
So point goes to Kosi.
Yes.
Jonathan. Hey, Jonathan.
Sorry.
Yorick. Hey, Yorick.
Nice one.
What's up, my dude? Okay, so bonus question number 2. Coming in 3, 2, 1.
J Deep.
J Deep. Yeah, that was J Deep. Nice glasses. Nice.
Nice.
Okay, point goes to J Deep. And let's see the final bonus question. The bonus question is coming in. Okay, let me just check which is the right answer right here. Okay, bonus question coming in 3, 2, 1. Oh, not here. Sorry. 3, 2, 1.
Shani?
Shani, I believe that was Shani.
Yes.
Once again. Oh my God, Shani, you're rocking this game. You got like 5 points.
Thanks. Oh yeah.
4 points.
Yeah, we are hella young. Okay, so questions by John are coming, and there will be how many? 5. Only 5 questions are left. So here comes the first question for Zone. Not Zone, John, sorry.
But for zone 2. Exactly.
Okay, but this question will be for zones. So the first box will be the first zone, second box for the second zone. Okay. Question is coming in 3, 2, 1.
What?
Nikita.
I can't even see it.
Sorry.
It's so small. Is that zone 1 and zone 2 like on top of each other?
I'm so sorry. That
My
goes for
gosh.
Nikita. And the bonus question. Sorry, let me just put it back right here.
Oh, sorry. Was there a week there?
Yeah,
Yes.
there was a week.
I couldn't see that. My
Okay,
face.
bonus question. Whoever
Alright.
types the following word into the chat first can answer the question. And the
Sorry.
whoever types the following word into the chat can answer the bonus question.
All right.
So if you type the word, I will say it. I will say the way in seconds. If you type the word for first in the chat, you can answer the question. So the word is phone. Jesus fucking Christ, Wolf, you are so fast.
What?
Okay. So fast, really. I couldn't even say the word and you already wrote it down. You're a fucking mentalist. All right, I know, man. Okay, so Wolf, the question, why is the second zone right here is the right zone? Exactly, thank you. Bonus point goes to Wolf, and the original point has gone to Nikita, I believe. Yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, here comes the second question. And this will be, you won't be able to put an X. You will have to write the answer down into the chat.
Into the
So
chat.
just-
Yes.
Yeah, so just write the answer down to the chat. 3, 2, 1.
Flip, Nikita.
Nikita.
Got it.
Perfect. Third question coming in. Okay, let me just check it. And it is, yeah, you have to write it down again. So question coming in 3, 2, 1. Nikita.
Mirkac. Oh, Nikita.
Nikita.
Nikita. Yes, Nikita. Nikita
was
was
Nikita.
first. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Another point. And for an extra point, you can tell us why.
Why should
Marcel,
we wait?
just
And,
give them a word.
Wait.
Yeah.
Just whoever types the word.
Marcel, give us a long word.
Wait. Long word. Let me just think.
I got a word.
Okay, let me just say banana.
Wolf.
Shani just typed banana, not banana. That's Wolf. Why should we wait for a 15-minute change of character, Wolf?
Yes.
Exactly. Perfect. Thank you.
It's right. You got the point here.
Who got the highest points?
Nikita.
And it's how many?
6.
And how many got Wolf?
Wolf and Shani got 4 points.
Okay. 2 questions left. These questions will be for double points. Okay. So these questions will be worth double points, or even triple. It will be worth triple. So whoever just got down can actually work the disadvantage. Sorry, I can't fucking speak. Disadvantage back down. So this question is for 3 points. Coming in.
Are we typing
Okay.
or what are we doing?
A, B, C,
No,
D.
sorry. A, B,
Alright.
C, D. A, B, C, D. And the question is coming.
Oh my days, wait.
3, 2, 1.
What? Oh
Shani,
my days!
Shani
Shani,
got 3 points.
Get here.
3 points. Shani is in the lead now. Okay, and the final
last
question
one.
is coming, and this will be for 3 points again. Or shall we make it for 5?
8 points.
5 points?
8.
Who agrees 5 points? Let it go for 5. Okay, we will make it for 5. Let me just check. That will be an ABCD once again.
Yes.
And okay, coming in 3, 2, 1. Oh, sorry. 3, 2, 1.
Kosi. Kosi was the first.
Kosi was the first for 5
Yes.
points, and he got 6 points now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's winning? Who's winning?
Shani. Shani is the winner.
Shani is
with
the winner?
7 points. Yes.
Who's the second?
Damn.
The
Oh,
second,
yeah.
Nikita and Kosi are the second place, both.
And the fourth is Wolf, right?
Yes.
Okay, so all 4 of you will gain something. So all 4 of you will win something. Wolf, Nikita, Kosi, and Shani. We will figure it out what you have won, and we will tell you. Okay, guys.
All
So
right,
four
thank you.
4 winners. Good job, guys. Did
Woo.
you guys actually enjoy this quiz? Should we make more in the future?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just ask it right here. Yes or no? Should we make more? Because I believe it was fun.
I was the first.
Extra point.
Lord.
Okay. Now the fun is over, guys. Please just focus, concentrate. Let me just remove all of these drawings. So now the fun is over. It would be great to know the answers. I didn't see the names in the circles. You can watch the recording back, or I will just post all of these questions into some of the Discord channel with the answers. Okay. I will post them, all of the questions, into some of the Discord channel with the answers. So, okay, guys, quiz is over. Let's just begin the actual breakdown of the price action. And in this session, after the quiz, we will just break down the price action on the 4-hour chart, 15-minute, 5-minute, and 1-minute chart, and we will create the actual outlook for the upcoming week. So let's just start this session. Let me just open the chat to see if you got any more questions. And begin the session on the 4-hour chart. So remove all of these drawings from here. What can we see on the 4-hour chart? On the 4-hour chart, we can see that price has reacted on a weekly low point right here. This is a weekly low point from 2017. Price has reacted on this weekly low point, but before the reaction, it just broke below demand zone right here. This was the last recent 4-hour demand zone, and not just last recent, but the last available 4-hour demand zone. So below this demand zone, there couldn't be any more 4-hour demand zone can be found. So price just broke below this demand zone, and after a demand break, let me just change back the color to yellow. Okay, so after a demand break, price just reversed to the upside and filled up this huge inefficiency. Price couldn't break below the weekly low point right here on the first attempt, and before breaking below the low point, it had to collect more liquidity from the upside. And as you can see, price is reversed here to the upside with an inefficient, huge movement to the breaking through several supply zones here and here. As you can see, this was the less recent 4-hour supply zone that has caused this huge inefficient push to the downside. Price just inefficiently broke above this supply zone and reacted on some sort of 15-minute supply zone up here in this region and created a pullback from this supply zone. This pullback has stepped us into some sort of 15-minute demand zone at this region, and the 4-hour demand zone have been left unmitigated, as you can see. So price couldn't mitigate the 4-hour demand zone at this region, meaning this has been left unmitigated. Price is reversed on a random 1-minute / 5-minute / 15-minute demand zone at this region, and this random 5-minute, 1-minute, 15-minute demand zone could give enough power to price to actually create another breaker structure here to the upside. So there was another breaker structure to the upside, which has almost tagged us into the original supply zone that we was aiming for. As you can see, this was the last recent valuable supply zone, which has liquidity just below it. Please don't just let Tommy in because he's in the waiting room.
Okay.
So as you can see below this supply zone, we have liquidity line right here, which makes the supply zone even more stronger because this liquidity line, part of the liquidity line have been swept. As you can see, these taps have been swept and price has just created more liquidity at this region or even swept all of the liquidity, but couldn't take us into the supply zone actually. So we have two options right here on the 4-hour chart. I'm asking you, what could be the options? Raise your hand. Whoever raises their hand first can answer this question. Just raise your hands. That was Shani. Okay, so please just draw a possible scenario for us. What could happen in this case? Exactly. That could be the first scenario. And I believe Nikita was the second raise, right? So Nikita, just please draw the second scenario. Yeah, that could be the second scenario. And I will draw the third scenario. This third scenario, which I believe will be the most probable one, is that price will come down to the last recent demand zone, which is this one, because as you can see, this last recent demand zone is called the last recent breakout structure to the upside. Here, from this candle, the huge inversion push has started to the upside, broke structure here to the upside, and couldn't take us into this supply zone, couldn't take us into this 4-hour supply zone, and created even more liquidity for this zone, as you can see. So, sir, the third scenario will be that price comes down to this 4-hour supply zone, demand zone, and creates a 15-minute change of character inside of this 4-hour demand zone, creates a 15-minute zone, 1-minute change of character, and continuation after this supply zone. And after this supply tap, the original scenario can happen when price will tap this supply zone, create a 15-minute change of character, and continuation to the downside. So let me just tell you all of these scenarios right here. The first scenario will be if price just reverses in the middle of nowhere right here, maybe on a buy to sell candle here. After the reversal, it will tap the 4-hour supply zone, create a change of character after the liquidity sweep and the 4-hour supply tap, change of character, continuation to the downside, and weekly breaker structure to the downside also. This would be the first scenario. Second scenario, if price comes down to this demand zone, creates a change of character, as I said, continuation up to this supply zone, tap of this supply zone, and after a tap of this supply zone, few other scenarios can happen. The first scenario is the change of character right here, continuation to the downside. Second scenario is the break of this zone and continuation to the upside. So we have plenty of scenarios lined up for us. All we have to do is play for the zones, play on the zones. So if one of the zone, for example, the 4-hour zone or this 4-hour zone or this 4-hour zone is being tapped, then we can wait for confirmations on these zones. So basically you don't have to predict shit because always you can wait for a simple reaction. You can wait for a simple change of character on the 4-hour chart too. If you're insecure about the 4-hour chart, if you're insecure about the direction of the 4-hour chart, you can just simply wait for a change of character on these 4-hour zones. And yeah, but we will have more scenarios in the 15-minute chart also because there will be more demand zones somewhere around here. There will be more supply zones somewhere around here. I believe there was a change of character on the 15-minute chart somewhere around here too. So yeah, we have more scenarios on the 15-minute chart, but right now the 4-hour price action looks like this. So we have plenty of scenarios. If this supply is being tapped, then we have two scenarios. The first scenario is the change of character here on the 15-minute chart, continuation to the downside. Second scenario, break of this zone, continuation to the upside, which has less probability as I believe, because I'm still expecting the continuation to the downside and weekly break of structure. But we have still plenty of opportunities and scenarios after the change of character right here. So there's a chance that price won't just come down and break structure here to the downside after the 15-minute change of character here. And there's still a chance that price will react on this demand zone or this demand zone. If these reactions happens, we have still plenty more scenarios left. First scenario, for example, price doesn't mitigate the supply first, but comes down to mitigate this demand zone. Creates a 15-minute change of character here. We'll be able to continue the upside movement here to the supply zone, tap of the supply zone, and the previous scenarios will be live. So we can expect the break of this supply or we can expect change of character and continuation to the downside. Second scenario, if price taps this supply zone and comes down to this demand zone, and there will be a change of character inside of this demand zone on the 15-minute chart, of course, 15-minute change of character. So if there will be the 15-minute change of character, we can expect that this supply zone will be broken because supply was weak to take a demand out. So if this supply can take a demand out, then price will reach higher regions and will mitigate higher supply zones, for example, like this, for example, like this, or for example, like this. Okay. So after this, after the tap and second scenario, we have a third scenario too. If price taps this demand zone and breaks below this demand zone, then we can expect the reaction on this demand zone also, which is the origin of the whole change of character and whole supply break right here. And if price can create a 15-minute change of character after the tap of this demand zone, then we can still expect the mitigation of this supply zone. If the supply zone mitigation happens, then we can expect the break of this supply or the character changing movement and cancellation to the downside. Because if this demand gives us a reaction and 15-minute change of character, and this supply gives us a 15-minute change of character also, then price will create a break of structure here to the downside 100%, because below this demand zone, there's literally no other demand zone that could hold price. So if price reverses first on this demand zone, and after it reverses on this supply zone, then we'll see a break of structure. That's the 100% scenario. If this happens, we'll see this movement, we'll see this exact movement. But if price comes from a supply zone first, so if price reverses around here and taps this supply zone first and creates a 15-minute change of character, and then after a supply mitigation, it creates a 15-minute change of character here, we'll see the break of the supply and we'll see higher price action taps. So basically all of these scenarios are lined up for us. We have plenty of scenarios, right? But we already know what can we expect from price, because we broke down the 4-hour chart and we can literally know what price can do, and we can literally know if one of the zones are being tapped, then what can we expect from the other zone. What if the demand is tapped first, then what can we expect from the supply? What if the supply is being tapped first, then what can we expect from the demand? So we have the scenarios lined up for the week. Okay, second, let me just switch to the 15-minute chart, because that's enough about the 4-hour chart, I believe. Basically, we broke down every single possible scenario on the 4-hour chart. And this is the action right now. This is what we are dealing with. Switch to the 15-minute chart. What can we see on the 15-minute chart? You can see that this was the last recent 4-hour demand zone, and this was the extreme of the 4-hour zone. Okay. Let me just zoom in, because above this demand zone, this last recent demand zone, we'll be able to find more demand zones. On the 15-minute chart, of course, what demand zone can we find, which is the less recent unmitigated demand zone? Please just mark it. Yeah, thank you, Martin. That's the right demand zone, a bit below, but that's the right demand zone here. This is the less recent unmitigated demand zone below the current price action. So below this current price action, this is the less recent unmitigated zone, which is actually part of the liquidity, because as you can see, here's the first bottom, here's the second bottom. So basically, this is liquidity for this zone. Okay, but this zone could be also liquidity for the 4-hour zone. So I'm mainly aiming for the 4-hour zone, and I believe the 4-hour zone will be tapped. And we'll see the tap of this zone and a reaction on this zone. So that this zone, this 4-hour zone, has a higher chance to give us a reaction than this random 15-minute zone. But on the 15-minute chart, we have more scenarios. What can we see on the 15-minute chart? We can see that price has changed character on several places, right? This was the last recent low point, which has been changed. Character has been changed right here at this last recent low point, because price has reached its high point. As you can see, high point has been reached. Character changing movement to the downside, cancellation to the downside. What else can we see? We can see that price has actually tagged or tapped the character changing supply zone here, because this week was the character changing supply zone, as you can see, because the last recent candle before the week has been mitigated. This candle has been mitigated by the following candles week. So the week is the inefficiency creating candle in this case, and this candle has been tagged right here. And after the character changing movement and cancellation to the downside, and after a tap of the supply zone, price has just created another movement to the downside, which has broke structure here to the downside, as you can see, and swept this liquidity. Okay, can you just mark that where did the actual second break of structure and where's the second valuable supply for us? Just mark the valuable supply that we can aim for. Thank you, Martin. Exactly. This is the right supply zone in this case, because this supply zone has caused the inefficiency here. And this supply zone isn't part of the liquidity, because as I said, this can't really consider. I mean, it can, because prices passed 2 candles between the first set. This is the first set, first candle, second candle, third candle, and there's liquidity. This could be part of the liquidity, but we can still expect a reaction on this zone. So anyways, below this zone, we can find plenty of liquidity, as you can see. Below this zone, there's lots of liquidity sitting. This is a liquidity built up for that zone. This is a perfect liquidity trend line, as you can see, because price is coming down, coming up, first touch, coming down, coming up, second, coming down, coming up, third, coming down, coming up, fourth, coming down, and breaking above the liquidity line. meaning prices split this part of the liquidity. So this isn't liquidity anymore. This is just the liquidity. But this sweep has created more liquidity because, as you can see, more taps has been created. So basically, this is just a huge liquidity pool built up for this supply zone. So on the 15-minute chart, we have plenty more options left. And I will just draw another supply zone here, because if this supply zone can't hold the sweep, if this supply zone can give a reaction, can give a change of character right here, then we'll see the tap of, if this supply zone can give a reaction for us, so can give a change of character, then we'll see the tap of this supply zone, because this supply will be still part of the liquidity. So two scenarios for the supply taps. If price taps this first original supply after a liquidity sweeping movement right here, so it taps this first original supply, creates a change of character on 1-minute chart, then we'll be able to write the expectational short order flow down to this demand zone or this demand zone. If price can create a change of character on this supply zone, then we'll see the tap of this supply zone, and we'll see the character changing movement right here, and we'll be able to write the expectational order flow down to this demand zone. Okay, if price can't change character on neither of these supply zones, then we'll be seeing the break of this supply, and we'll be able to take longs from the flip zone right here up to this 4-hour zone. Okay, are these scenarios so far so good? Can you understand what I'm speaking about? Can you follow me?
Yeah.
Just circle it. So far, you can. Okay, perfect. So I'm continuing. These are the supply variations. These are the supply scenarios. But what happens if the demand is being tapped first? We have plenty of scenarios left if this demand is being tapped first. If this demand is being tapped first, then the first scenario, price will character change right here on this demand zone. And after this, the tap of this supply will happen. And if the tap of this supply happen, then the first scenarios will be live. So if price can change character here on this supply, then we'll see the break of this demand and tap of this demand. If can't change character, then we'll see the upper supply tap, upper supply reaction, change of character, downside movement. If neither of these supplies can change character, then we'll see the break of this supply, continuation up to the downside. Upside, sorry. These are the possible scenarios if price reacts on this demand zone. But if price breaks below this demand zone, then there will be a flip zone, and we'll be able to take not so high risk reward ratio trade, but still a trade down to this demand zone. And I will target the 50% of this zone with my shorts. So I won't just target the top of this zone, I will target the 50% of this zone, because this zone is so fucking huge. And we can expect the reaction on the 50% of the zone, and we can expect the mitigation of the 50% of this zone. So basically all of these scenarios are lined up. If these supplies will be tapped first, then we know the scenarios what could happen. If the demand is being tapped first, then we know the scenarios what could happen, break, change of character, etc., etc. So all of these scenarios are being lined up. As you can see, all you have to do is to play between the zones. Not play between the zones, play on the zones. If the zone is being tapped, then you can take an action. But you can actually play between the zones too on 5-minute zones. So we'll break it more down on the 5-minute chart. But these are the highest probability setups. These are the highest and most successful setups that you can ever take. Because if the zone is being tapped and there will be a change of character, then that will be a really good and high criteria setup for you to take. If the demand is being tapped here and it creates a change of character, then that will be a good setup too. So these are the highest probability setups that I just drawn for you. But as you can see, all of these setups are being played between the 4-hour zones. So this price action, more likely this price action is being played between the 4-hour zone and the 4-hour zone. So basically these are in between the 4-hour zones, but these are really, really good setups because these are according to the 15-minute zones, which means these are high probability setups. That's why I said that you can play between the 4-hour zones too. Even though we have 2 variable 4-hour zones here, we don't have to wait for the tap of these 4-hour zones. We don't have to wait for a mitigation to take a trade. We can take trades between these 4-hour zones too, based on the 50-minute zones, as you can see. And even if we are on the higher level and you understand price action deeply and you can actually make a narrative for yourself, you'll be able to trade between these zones too. So more like you'll be able to trade on the 1-minute chart down to this demand mitigation. So for example, if price creates a change of character right here, then you'll be able to write the expectational downside order flow down to this demand. If price flips this liquidity and reverses before the top of this supply, then you can wait for confirmation entry here on the 1-minute chart. But these are 1-minute scenarios that we don't know what will happen. So basically these are just pure expectations and we can't really know if this will happen or that. But the 15-minute chart expectations, we'll know that this will happen. either of the first scenario, either of the second scenario, some of the scenarios will happen. And these are high probability scenarios, high possibility scenarios. So we know that one of these scenarios will happen for sure, and we'll be able to take a trade based on that one scenario. If we can take only one trade on this week, then that will be, for example, the supply tab and the character changing movement. So these scenarios will happen for sure. But between these zones are basically riskier to trade, because between the zones, anything could happen, because this is a liquidity pool, liquidity pool. So it's much safer to wait for a liquidity to be swept and wait for a change of character here, or a cancellation here. Some 15-minute zone reaction. That's the safest option. Okay. Can you still follow me? Okay, perfect. So no one is putting a limit order on the top and bottom before. Yeah, we are trading with confirmations only. We are not trading on 15-minute chart. We are only trading on the 1-minute chart with confirmations. So this is the 15-minute zone. This is 15-minute zone. This is 15-minute zone. If these zones are being tapped, we are waiting for a confirmation on a 1-minute chart and entering a trade. You don't have to predict which zone will hold. You don't have to put a limit order on this zone. You don't have to put a limit order on this zone. You can just simply wait for a tap of this zone and character changing movement right here, and enter based on the 1-minute character changing movement. Okay. That's enough about the 15-minute chart. Switch to the 5-minute chart and refine the zones. There's a good refinement for this 5-minute zone, 15-minute zone. There's a good refinement also, as you can see. And there will be a good refinement, I believe. No, actually, this is almost the same. So refinements have been made. And as you can see on the 5-minute chart, it will be much cleaner that this is a liquidity pool. Liquidity. This is a pure liquidity built up for this zone. Okay. But on the 5-minute chart, we can identify another supply zone, which have been tapped here, as you can see. We could say that the liquidity have been swept into this zone, because here you can see, here's the liquidity. This is liquidity. I mean, this is liquidity 2 and this is liquidity 2. And this liquidity have been swept into this zone, this POI, this random 5-minute POI right here, and it reverse price to the downside, as you can see. So, meaning on the 5-minute chart, there are more options. More options. If price can change character, strong change character here on the 1-minute chart and come up to the supply zone, then we'll be able to write the expectation order flow down to this demand zone. Second option, if price can strong change character here to the downside, it will go up to the supply zone, and the same scenarios will be live as on the 15-minute chart. So character changing movement, downside movement, break, sweep, tap, character changing movement, or just simple break and continuation to the upside. But the 5-minute have opened more scenarios for us, as you can see, because this liquidity have been swept into this zone, and this zone has given us a perfect reaction. As you can see, this zone has been just tapped and immediate reversal. So it gave us more reactions. But more likely, when New York will open, all of these scenarios will be played out, and we will already know that what happened. And I will update you with the updates and the markups, of course. But it's good to know that what you can expect from the new week. It's good to know that what are you actually seeing on the chart, what is price doing, what's the direction of price. So it's really, really good and recommended to create these pre-session analyses and pre-week analyses. Because if you do this for yourself, if you create on every single Sunday a pre-week analysis, then you will have a clue that what price will do on that specific week that you'll be trading. So yeah, 5-minute have opened position. I mean, that's position, a new scenarios for us. And that's all basically. We've drawn all of these zones up. As you can see, we have several zones right here. We'll see what will happen on the higher time frame. We'll see what will happen on the lower time frame. It's really, really unnecessary to go below the 5-minute, because this will change a lot. So we don't really have to care about the 1-minute chart. We just have to care about the 50-minute and the 5-minute and the 4-hour. So all of the drones have been marked up. All of the expectation movements have been shared. So we know what can we expect from price, what can we expect from price on the following days, following week. And yeah, basically that's all. We built a narrative, and I really, really, really recommend you for you guys to create these narratives on every single weekend, because I do. Before a week starts, Sunday I just sit down before the backtesting session or after the backtesting session, whenever I have time, and I just create these pre-session analyses. Because these are so useful. This will give you a clue that what you can expect from price. Okay, so I believe I've shared every single expectation order flow movement and what you can see on the chart. So was it understandable for you? Okay, perfect, guys. I will answer 2 or 3 questions because I'm lack of time and I have to go.
So I wanted to ask a question.
Yeah.
Is away from this, but like I've always been confused about how do we know like who is in control? I've watched the video. How do I put this question? So basically on the 4-hour, can you go to the 4-hour? Please?
For this, I will really recommend you to watch the previous webinars because in one of the previous webinars, I just broke it down.
Yeah.
Just watch them back, please. And yeah, what's the question right here?
So basically, like in the 4 hours, like I wanted to ask, like if on the 4-hour time frame and it is the supply is in control, and then in the 15 minutes or the 5 minutes time frame, the demand is in control. How do you trade that? Like if price taps into your demand, are you
Watch the
going to
webinars? All of these have been broken down, so I don't want to answer it once again because these are huge and long questions and answers. So basically, let me just find the videos for you. There's, for example, the let me just search the video. I will search it for you after this session. But there's a video like weak change of character, strong change of character, counter trend trade movement, pro trend trade movement, how to trade the fractal timeframes, and basically every single material is in front of you in the form of a webinar. So please just check the webinars. All of the topics have been mentioned in the description. So just read the description, please, and watch that specific video that you need. Because these have been explained. I've explained and drawn everything. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. No problem.
So I will ask for one more question, guys. Any more questions? Okay, I will consider it a no. So yeah, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this session. I hope you enjoyed this session because this was a really unusual session. This was the first time that I hosted a pre-week analysis video and I created a quiz. So I hope it was enjoyable for you, hope it was helpful for you, and you'll be able to trade based on these expectation order flow movements. So once again, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the session. Thank you for being part of the community. And see you guys tomorrow with the markups. And yeah, wish you a beautiful rest of your day and wish you a beautiful upcoming week too.